Hi Pisces, welcome to your reading for May 2021. This is going to be for Pisces Sun, Moon, or Rising. Those of you intuitively guided, you probably don't know why, but there's chances are you have a message in here. And, maybe you're in love with a Pisces, whether it be, a lover, or a friend, a family member, whatever brought you. Remember that, or just keep yourself open that some of the messages will probably be for you too. Okay, let's go ahead and begin. We're going to use our Mother Mary deck. This is an oracle deck. And then we'll bring the Tarot in. But first, let's get Mother Mary's words of advice. So we will take a card now. We'll read it at the end though. And I advise you to stick around to the end because that's really where I feel like it all comes together and gives you true clarity. We have mercy. Mercy. I'm going to bring this down a little bit. I am kind and thoughtful towards myself and others. Mercy. Give me some mercy. All right, my loves. Let's bring in the Tarot of Dreams. And let's see what our guides want us to hear. Looks like somebody recently threw their hands up in the air. And I feel like you may, this could be you or someone else. But I feel like throwing their hands up in the air, like I give up. I give up. We have the Empress. We have the Palace of Coins. Well, that's quite nice next to the Empress. This is a very strong, grounded, nurturing, inspirational time. We have, well, the Two of Cups. So we have a soulmate energy that just entered the picture. However, we also have the Tower. Interesting. Some of you may literally live with your mother and, maybe since quarantine, like you are just getting on each other's nerves. In this Tower card, I always notice how the Tower really is still standing. It's just like this electric bolt that goes through it, right? But it's made of gold. And, perhaps I made it that way. Interesting. This can certainly talk about these soulmates being able to withstand any type of tower. It's like their tower is made of gold. We have the Three of Swords. So, that brings the energy down a little bit, right? That tells us that there's some pain involved, mainly of the heart. Doesn't mean it can't be healed. We have faith. Well, there you go. First of all, it's a card of Taurus. It's your belief system. You know, some of you, your mother could have crossed over, or a grandmother, you know, like a mother type energy. And I feel like, you know, in the energy of faith, which is the Hierophant, this is, you know, really illuminated. So, and I feel like in particular, it's talking about how to get you to this palace of coins. We have, wow, we have the Four of Wands under the Two of Cups. I mean, I don't know. Unless we get the Ace of Cups over that, I don't know that we could ask for better. Because the Two of Cups talks about a soulmate energy. The Four of Wands talks about a true commitment. You know, they call it the marriage card. You know, some of you may have been with someone and, you know, the tower happened and but nonetheless, it's like, you know, the tower's still made of gold. So if I think it crumbled down, then that is within my mind. It's within my pain, but it may not be truly what happened. You know, in the Hierophant, I feel like some of you are praying and asking for guidance, not just in love, but also just in your physical world. And, you know, help to heal any of the remaining energy of the Three of Swords. We have the Magician. Interesting. It's almost like I manifested that tower. Huh. I almost feel like there's like these two soulmates and they are testing the limits of this connection that perhaps was like always meant to be. But I feel like in a way, and listen, maybe in our humanness we don't realize this, but I feel like in our spirit, because I almost feel like it's like childlike energy, but it's like putting it to the test, putting that tower to the test. And I feel like it passes. We have the Devil. We have, this can be card of Capricorn. This is going to talk about temptations. Energy that seems to, you know, sometimes draw you in that may not be all that it could be. We have the Knight of Swords. This Knight is about bringing in communication, truth. You know, I feel like there's a need to say, don't allow yourself to get trapped in the pain, right? Like, we have these things that happen in life, right? And these towers. And maybe some do crumble, but this one is not crumbling at all. And it feels manifested, but what am I trying to say? So I feel like, you know, this is an underlying message saying, don't get stuck in the pain, whether I have lost someone through death or through, you know, a breakup. Don't get stuck in that pain, because you don't have to. Like, you're stronger than that. You know, I just feel like you are. Okay. So I'm wondering if this Knight is bringing in communication to you. Or it can be the other way around. However, I feel like, you know, there's still some heaviness that exists. And this communication may come in during that period. You know, so that makes it harder to know what to do, right? Well, that's when it's saying, that's when in particular you pull to your faith, you trust your intuition. especially as it's regarding to a relationship, because I feel like not only do I manifest this beautiful commitment, but I can also manifest the Tower, the opposite of it, right? And who can do that? Well, both, I feel. Both. And it's kind of interesting because, on one hand, I feel like your spirit knows that. Your spirit knows you'll be back together, and it's just testing that Tower. So anyway, I feel like as I'm kind of in that maybe lower energy, or lower vibration, let's say it that way. But, faith is a 5, so it is asking to consider or to trust some type of change. So we have the Two of Pentacles that comes up, and this is about making a decision. So whatever this Knight of Swords is bringing in, you then have to make a decision. It's a yes or it's a no. It's, I'm going to allow this in my life or I'm not. You know what I mean? It's coming from the Pentacle energy, and I like that. So I feel like maybe by the time you are here, you're believing more, or you're back in your true faith system, right? The Empress, if nothing else, is a reminder of who you are. And, we're meant to give birth to these experiences, these ideas, these businesses, all of that. We're meant to have these experiences because that's what allows us to be the Empress, or bring the Empress out in us, right? She's someone who has traveled all the paths of the Queen, and therefore she's very compassionate and empathetic because she's been there, right? I've walked in your shoes. Therefore, because someone will say, I don't know, like, I understand how you feel, and you may think, like, no, you don't. How could you? How could you? Well, the Empress could. And so she's someone who is very loving and very strong at the same time. So that tells me, this Three of Swords underneath it, that this is something that you definitely can overcome. And if you say you can't, that's something you're creating. It's almost like you're putting yourself in a cage, and there's no need for it. No need for it. And maybe that's just because anything that's happened feels like it was meant to happen. And I have to say, I feel like at least your spirit had a hand in this. And I feel like both soulmates are in on it. So, anyway, very interesting. We have a 2 below the 4 of Wands, and we have a 2 above the 4 of Wands. Some of you may be on a personal year 2, or a life path 2, and that's what you're here to really develop, is relationships and how to be in a relationship, right? How to give and receive. But that doesn't mean, it's almost like I gotta learn it. So we have the Queen of Wands. Okay, well, she's our intuitive queen. Can certainly be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But I have to say, with the Magician above her and the 2 of Pentacles beside her, I feel like I just went through a journey, and this is ultimately where I end up, where I make the decision about going forward, because after all, you do have free will. So it can be meant to be, but you also have the free will to change it, so to speak. Maybe all this was going to be offered, but because of all the limits we've put on ourselves and the armor we built around ourselves, it could only go this far, where it was meant to go way over here, right? Well, that's okay. So can we see that and overcome that? And for some, try it again. And I definitely feel that with this tower made of gold. So I feel like if that exists, so does its opposite. So does its opposite. And the Queen of Wands is someone who moves according to her desires. You know, and the Magician right above her. So this is very intuitive energy, guys. This is telling you, this is energy that you need to allow yourself to feel, rather than see. I mean, you'll see it, but maybe first you got to feel it and know it and understand it. Well, look at this. We have the wheel on the bottom. So first of all, we're in a universal year 5. That talks about change. You know, but you know, the change that is normally asked for is only for the better, right? Here's the wheel. This talks about your destiny. So overall, or even underlying, this is all about your destiny. And what I mean by that is, you know, what you came here for. It's not always about what is my divine purpose, but it's also about what did you, your soul, say, like, these are the experiences I want to have so I can learn what it feels like, right? And therefore you have them. Now when you're born with amnesia, but yet you're always connected to the spirit in you. So sometimes you have to trust that, and it starts with that feeling, you know, that it starts with your intuition. Trusting, especially if you're receiving like epiphanies, if you feel that it's right and you want something again, all it's saying is look back, see where was the problem. Did we push the tower too far? You know, the Four of Wands talks about two people who, I don't care what happens in their life, I don't think there's anyone else that can replace that person. So, you know, they could be married twice, that type of energy. But nonetheless, I feel like, you know, it's almost like I come here on Earth to truly be with this one person. However, here are all the experiences in between. So, you know, it's almost like even though we're separate, we're really helping each other. I hope you guys are following what I'm saying. Okay, let's bring in the Light Seer deck. I did not plan on taking this many cards. Wow. But we shall take them. We have Judgment coming over the Empress. So for some of you, you know, it is that mother figure that, you know, I feel like is leading the pack within your spiritual guidance. You know, your welfare as you are here on Earth, you know. I don't know, after she crossed, maybe she has stepped to, you know, it's definitely, I feel that, and I've never really felt that before, but I feel like someone who steps to the front and saying, okay, I want to handle this part. So, you have that. Also, Judgment is about a call to attention. Normally because something is coming up, right? Something is coming. And the signs to help you along the way are going to be in your present moment. So it calls for that energy, right? This is energy you can trust on because this is coming from divine light, right? Your ancestors, those who have unconditional love for you. And, you know, I feel like we're always receiving signs. It's just, do we accept it or not? Okay, I don't think I cut these, so let me cut them. You know, for some of you also, I feel like you may have had like a crash and burn within your financial world. And, you know, you may wonder, or you may feel or felt like you'll never feel whole again, right? Like there's nothing else for you. But I have to tell you, I feel like you're so wrong. Because I feel like this is a period when you're really moving into very creative type energy. And I feel like this is also guided. So this may be energy where you're creating from and actually building your own foundation. You know, the Tower and the Palace of Pentacles look very familiar. Or similar, I mean. But anyways, we have the Moon, card of Pisces. And, you know, that's good because the Palace of Coins is where you can find yourself, right? The energy that I feel will be available to you. So this is talking about abundance, right? But moving from the Empress energy, using, you know, if this is coming from guidance, then listening to that guidance. Some of you, it may come during your sleep. Trust in that. Because I feel like you're being guided to exactly what it is you kind of requested. So, and then, well, there you go. Seven of Pentacles coming over the Two of Cups. I don't know, guys. You know, Seven of Pentacles to me talks about seeds of intention that I planted. Bullet points like that of experiences that I wanted to have. And, you know, it doesn't all have to be happy and lovely. Something may be hard and deep. But it's teaching me, right? I grow from this. This is the energy where I can truly grow from the energy. But excuse me, but let's just add that the Seven of Pentacles, first of all, talks about patience. You know, patience to allow whatever needs to develop, right, within this seed to fully develop. You know, I'm seeing that moon, which is a complete circle. So this is the energy of you can trust that this is meant to be, that this is your seed of intention. And you know, like in this reading more than any other reading, I'm feeling the strength of that tower, even though that tower's been hit. You know, it feels like at least there's no exterior damage. Anyways. So, Seven of Pentacles says, tend to your garden. And that garden may be you, your own heart, and your ability to be able to give, right? To the Four of Wands, listen, both people are at the energy of where they want this commitment. One may be like manifesting and one may be praying it, or can be using both. And it is after that pain. And that's why I feel like it's saying, don't allow yourself to get stuck in the pain. You know, if I look at the moon card, she's beneath the water and she's just kind of falling, right? She's just falling. She, you know. But she's got her eye on the light of the moon also, I want to say. And that may be what this is saying. You know, even if you feel like, you know, you're sinking, there's some type of light that's being shined to you, that is to help you. That is your guidance. Seek it. Don't ignore it, right? Because then we move into the Two of Cups with the Seven of Pentacles over that. I don't know. Like... And then we have the Wheel and the Four of Wands. Like, how do we deny that this is something that is not meant to happen? We have the Three of Cups coming over the Tower. So, Three of Cups could talk about, you know, someone having too much fun. we have the Page of Swords, and I want to take that, excuse me, I want to take that with the Three of Cups, because it's coming over the Tower. Excuse me, I don't know why I keep coughing. I feel like, in a way, what this is talking about, first of all, the Page, I often think about the Page as a younger time, right? This is when I'm really learning how to maneuver this sword, truth, navigate through truth and lies type energy. I'm learning myself, who I am. This is a time where you may be learning the art of communication, whether that be good or that be bad. Even bad can show us, that teaches us too. So anyway, it's interesting because maybe there was the thought of infidelity within this Tower energy, but I don't know why I don't feel like it really happened. Maybe. I feel like more it was just like in the energy of not real stability at the time, more of, less like not feeling responsible and like my fun is more important, that type of thing. Whether that's everyone or, it's one of these people in this connection. We have the Tower. Interesting. We have the Tower, and now we have the Tower over the Three of Swords. That makes sense, right? It's showing us exactly where the pain is coming from. The Tower is usually something that happens that's out of our control. It can feel destructive, right? But I have to tell you, I've done so many readings, and I've come to learn that when the Tower shows up, it can feel destructive. But truth be told, where it's taking us, why it came up, and then where we can go from there, it just all makes sense, right? It all makes sense. Sometimes we wish the Tower would come in, and therefore it does. Anyway, we have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is kind of free-going. She's someone who takes chances. He. I'm just gonna talk about prior energy when these two were pages, younger, and carefree. We have the Five of Wands. Interesting. We have the Five of Wands over the Four of Wands. So what it's showing us is there was a period, probably will cause the Tower, where there's a lot of ego type energy or aggressive type energy. I often feel it's the energy where everybody wants to be right, and no one will admit that they're wrong. You know what I mean? Like the being right is the ultimate of, that's the success that I want. And you don't get it in that energy, right? It's like a mirror. It's like you battle yourself. I don't know. What I do know is in that energy, it's very like-minded energy. So there's always that opportunity. Again, I'm feeling the opposites with you. Like we were in this, and now, because, if we were here, then we for sure can be here, because there is a positive to every negative. We have the Knight of Pentacles. I often feel the Knight of Pentacles is your guardian angel. Guardian angel, Knight of Pentacles is, after the Tower and over the Magician. So the Knight of Pentacles talks about something that comes into your life, can be coming back into your life. It is heading this way. But this is about something that's coming into your physical world. This may be someone that you're manifesting back, and here it is. You know, this reading may help bring you with clarity. You need to have clarity, and so that when this comes back together, there's nothing to hide, you know, so to speak. We have the Three of Pentacles coming over the Devil. You know, I almost feel like earlier this is someone who maybe didn't appreciate me, or maybe I didn't appreciate them. It can go both ways here. Because again, I kind of feel like the soulmates kind of mirroring a lot of the same type of energy, except when they were younger. Maybe in different goals. Maybe they're meant to go in their different ways. Maybe they're meant to test that tower, you know. Maybe that tower is the test of time. But anyways, I don't know where I'm going with that. And then we have the Three of Pentacles, and I feel like this is the energy of, you know, what did the tower perhaps bring you? What did it bring out in you? It may have brought out a gift that you never knew you had. It may have started you on a new, let's say, path of creating your pentacles, of creating your art, you know, your uniqueness to it. And this is a time period where other people see it. So, you know, I feel like it all feels good to me. And this may also be talking about, you know, you have the Three of Swords with the Tower over it. That's heavy energy, right? How do I get over it, right? How do I get over it? Well, praying, right? Praying certainly helps, but I feel like more importantly, because usually it gets stuck in our mind, it is to refocus your attention to, because listen, even from the saddest type of person can come out beautiful, beautiful energy and creations, right? Think about some of the most beautiful love songs. They were written at times when when someone was like, you know, brokenhearted. You think you'll never recover, right? But bam, you do. Okay. We have the Five of Swords. And then we have the Knight of Wands. You know, I feel like some of you, it's like you're getting these downloads, and I'm not sure that you're understanding them. I'm not sure that you're understanding, you know what I mean? Like, like if okay, let me put it this way. I feel like if you're around toxic energy, or if you're even having toxic thoughts, I feel like your ancestors, your spiritual team, are gnawing away at you to get your attention, to see where your thought process may be also. Sorry, that's my stomach growling. It's not anything else. And for some of you, you can talk about using your own craft where you've like held it back and held it back and held it back. And you may be getting these, like, you know, pecks on the head, so to speak, to move into that energy, or at least trust it. See where it takes you, right? Just see where it takes you. I feel like it'll take you on quite a path. So we have the Knight of Wands is coming over the Two of Pentacles now. So the Knight of Wands, I definitely feel like it's someone who would take a chance. According to this person's passion, according to how I feel, truly. And listen, this is coming over very grounded energy, the Two of Pentacles. Do I want this in my life? Will it enhance my life? Or will it only bring what feels like more towers, right? And it's you just making that decision. I don't know if there's a right or a wrong. I think it depends where you're at that time. But the Two of Pentacles tells me this is pretty grounded energy. And the Knight of Wands, again, is, you know, is a risk taker. And you know, I almost feel like here's a younger girl, here's the woman, here's a girl, here's the woman. This can talk about the evolution of a person, right? But nonetheless, here's a magician. So, long story short, I feel like you're not only, you know, this is a guided path, right? This is about the wheel, destiny. Your ancestors are here, if nothing else, to remind you who you are and how you can overcome. Don't get stuck in the pain. Don't get stuck in the pain. You know, if you're worried about your independence, I feel like what it says is take a chance on things, and ultimately, I feel like, you know, it puts you in, you know, you find the right thing, the right place, what feels right, that can give you truly, I feel like, even on your own, an abundant life. And I feel like kind of meant to be. Doesn't mean it had to be. Kind of meant to be. And then our soulmate energy too, Seven of Pentacles, tells me, you know, I feel like I can't help but say that this Two of Cups is attached to the Tower, because it is. But nonetheless, this Tower is gold. This may be like eternity. Like we can really get through anything. So I feel like you'll know if this is you or not. I feel like you've been like almost like getting signs to the point of getting somewhat annoyed, but it may be because you're not listening. You're not, you know, I don't know. You know, I don't know, for some reason, like, you know, maybe you have a blindfold or you're not even willing to make a change that I feel like you would know is necessary. I feel like you can and you will, and many you already have. But nonetheless, I feel like you're being guided through most of this. And it's interesting how I felt right from the get go, like, you know, those who, you know, like certain guides would step forward and be like, listen, I am the guide of love, you know, of true love. This is, you know, so and so asked me to step forward at this time, you know, and I am the guidance of abundance. And another guide steps forward. So, you know, I feel like kind of your guardian angel is who kind of oversees it all. Until I see it anyway. So, all right, we have one more card to take. I didn't realize that. Well, that didn't take long. We have the Chariot, and we have the High Priestess. First of all, the Chariot is the card of Cancer. But to me, the Chariot is a card of reward. It comes to you. To me, this just means I can take this Chariot anywhere I want to. The only limits on this Chariot are the limits I put on it. But this is the balance, the delicate balance between light and shadow, feminine and masculine, self and others, right? It's that delicate balance in life. And the High Priestess right next to that talks about you and your intuition. You know, Pisces is a very intuitive sign. So, you know, the more you trust that, I feel like the more it leads you to exactly what it is you want. At least your soul's request. Your soul's request. And here is the energy of your guardian angel, by the way, and it's under the Magician. So I feel like it's almost like your guardian angel is like, here's the pentacles that you'll need to create that. Almost feels like an endless source. So I feel like you got to take advantage of that. For some of you, in some way, you may be using your own voice to express yourself. And it just feels like what needs to be there will be there. Maybe that's just what I got to trust. So I think I'm going to leave it there, guys. I feel like some of you might be confused. There's a couple areas I'm a little confused, but when I get that way, I understand that many times you get it. Not everything is meant for everyone, right? So anyways, let's look at mercy. Mercy. This card asks you to notice the way in which you relate to people, including yourself. If you are kind and thoughtful towards others, you will have higher self-esteem. While you can't control how another person treats you, mercy and compassion are usually returned in kind. This card is a message to avoid gossip or criticism of yourself or others, and to consciously speak in loving and empowering ways. That's the Empress. The higher energy generated by positive words will insulate you from negativity. This is the true meaning of judge not, lest ye be judged. Beautiful. And I'm going to leave it there, guys. I look forward to your comments. I always look forward to your comments after a reading. And, you know, don't think your comment is too long. As long as you leave it under one. You know, I have some people who put like 20 comments in one video, and I do have to go and delete them. Because, you know, I want that to be enjoyable as you read other people's comments. I feel like you learn and you teach in there too. So I don't care that they're long, but try to keep it like in one. Do you know what I mean? Like under your original comment, you can hit the little reply to your original comment, and that'll open up a window for you. I don't know. Anyways, you know what? Because somebody keeps doing that, I eventually just have to block them because I want your experience to be, you know, even in the comment section. I know that there's a lot of healing words in there too, and I want you to keep your mind open. And sometimes I don't want to say their comments are clutter, but I mean, they'll literally leave a word like yes or the, you know, words that, what? Huh? You know what I mean? So that's what I mean. Anyway, I love you guys. I just wish for all of you to find what I feel like ultimately is here for you, right? You know, again, the Chariot to me is unlimited. This is certainly covering, I feel like, your financial sector, but also your love life. And some of you, I feel like when I talk about, you know, putting that golden tower to a test, I feel like some of you know what I mean. That may even activate something in your brain. So that's the way I feel like these readings work. So anyways, I love you guys. Don't fear, right? Because, you know, here's the wheel. If you're way down here, the opposite exists. It's just finding your way to it, right? Keep your eye to the sky, so to speak. I love you. I will see you guys in a reading. Bye-bye.